AT Squad, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 1, Episode 1. I have to say, this is by far one of the best series premiere of the Housewives that I have seen in a long time. The Dubai girls did not come to play. Episode 1 was fabulous. This is also by far the most beautiful cast out of all of the Housewives franchise. Every single one of these ladies are gorgeous. I was so impressed with tonight's episode. If you have not watched it, if you weren't planning on watching it, it is a must-see show. Please tune in. Now let's get into the first episode, the drama, and the ladies. So we begin with our first cast member, Chanel Ayan. Now, everybody calls her Ayan. She is at a photo shoot. She is Dubai's first black supermodel. Yes, ma'am. She is serving the girls body and face. She gives me very much Iman, the supermodel. She is stunningly gorgeous. She has a 16-year-old son named Taj. She speaks 4 languages, and she let us know that she speaks 4 languages right in the beginning. She gives us, I'm a bad bitch in all 4 languages, and that's when I fell in love with her. To me, Chanel Ayan was the breakout star of the series premiere of The Real Housewives of Dubai. She gives me very much Nene Leakes vibes from Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, everything about her was giving me Nene Leakes vibes, but way more glitzier and glamorous. She is from Kenya. She moved to Dubai 18 years ago with her husband. Her son is her best friend, and I just love her vibe. Like, she can read, she's gorgeous, she's sassy, she's confident, and I just got my whole entire life watching this woman. Then we're introduced to housewife Caroline Stanbury, but if you watch Bravo, if you're an avid Bravo watcher, you remember Caroline from Ladies of London. I think Ladies of London had about 2 or 3 seasons. I came in late, but I did enjoy the show, and Caroline was my favorite from that franchise. But on the show in the last season, Caroline and her husband and their children moved to Dubai. And so they moved there several years ago, and they recently just got divorced. Like, the papers and stuff were just signed a year ago, and she's already about to remarry this young guy named Sergio, who is 27 years old. Now, on the screen, Bravo and them put up that she was 45 years old. Keep that in mind. She's planning a wedding. They're buying a new home and renovating and all of this stuff. And the vibe I got from Sergio was opportunist, user, gold digger, bottom. I'm looking at this lady like, Caroline, I thought you were smarter than this. He gives me, I'm finessing the hell out of this old lady, and I'm going to get as much out of this as I can. I'm good looking, but he gives me very much twink. Like, I can't wait for my brother to watch this to see what my brother gonna say. But yeah, he don't give me that he likes anything about women, and he is in this for the bag. He is giving me Stella Got a Grooves back, real life Terry McMillan. Like, Caroline, run, bitch, run. I'm not, nope, nope. Don't see it for them at all. Then another one of the housewives ends up stopping by Caroline's house. Her name is Nina. Nina, to me, is the central nucleus of this cast. She knows everybody. And she says that when she initially met Caroline, that she thought that Caroline came across very standoffish. Caroline, in her confessional, then said that when she met Nina, she thought that Nina was quite boring and quiet. And I was like, well, are y'all friends or are y'all frenemies? Like, let me know what's really going on here. Nina is married. She has several children as well. I believe that she is from that culture. I don't want to say the wrong term, but I think she's of Islamic or Emirates culture, faith, ethnicity. I don't want to say it wrong. I probably did. Sorry. So they sit down and have a little kiki, and Caroline says that her and Sergio couldn't get married in Dubai because of their religion and because she is recently divorced. So they had to do a little quick getaway somewhere else to actually get married, but they're still going to have a wedding ceremony and reception in Dubai for everybody. So she tells Nina while they're talking that she's 43. So I'm like, which one is it, girl? You 43 or 45? Was it a mishap on the screen? What is going on? I need answers. She also goes on to say that she was happy just being in a relationship with Sergio. She didn't necessarily want to get married, but he wants to get married because he doesn't want people to think that he's just like her boy toy, and like he wants to have that, I guess, authority behind his name. And I'm looking like, are you listening to yourself, Caroline? Like, he is your boy toy. When she mentioned when they was sitting up in their bedroom with the dog that, mind you, pissed on the bed, and neither one of them got up to remove the sheets. And I'm looking like, you nasty motherfuckers. You got all this money, got a maid. You let this puppy piss on the bed, talked about the dog pissing on the bed, and did nothing to remove the sheets. Y'all nasty. But anywho, so when she mentioned, we got the wedding and we got the house, he was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, his eyes lit up like a kid, literally. Like, you are this little boy's sugar mama. Obviously, he doesn't have the coins that you have and that you're fitting the bill for all of this. And the fact that he was the one pushing marriage and not you, once again, says a lot to me. It says to me that this little nigga is using the fuck out of you. I hope you got a fucking prenup, but shit, prenups don't even help nowadays with these niggas. So, I just get user out of this. But they done already got married, so it is what it is. So she also then goes on to tell Nina that she's having, her hen party over in the UK. That's what they call their bachelorette party. So she says that Sergio is coming. Why is Sergio coming? Because Sergio want to kiki with the girls. Like, Sergio like what y'all like, girl. Everything about this is just giving me you marrying your good Judy. Like, girl, Caroline, that man is gay. That man is every bit of gay, and I don't understand how you don't see it. Like, huh? Why would he want to come to your bachelorette party? Make it make sense. She told him he likes to hang around my friends. I'm sure he do. So he can get makeup tips. Girl, what? Okay, all right. I'm just over it. Next up, we're introduced to Lesa Milan, and a lot of us know her, especially in the Black community, from being on College Hill, South Beach. On that show, however, she went by Milan. But Lesa Milan, or however you want to call her, is an expat. She moved to Dubai with her husband. She has 3 children. Her and her husband have been married for 10 years. He's a financier. They met at Live nightclub in Miami on a Sunday. They have 3 beautiful little boys, and in her scene, her and her sons are in the pool at their home, but it is like 100 and something degrees in Dubai, and the heat is just excruciating over there. So they basically Postmate for people to bring to her house blocks of ice to cool the pool. Baby, come on, Milan, bitch. Come on, Milan. Milan, when she was on College Hill, was always that snooty bougie bitch that knew she was the shit. And baby, come on, she has lived up to it all. I was like, you better come on, bitch, having people come to your house with blocks of ice to cool your pool for your kids. Come on, ma'am. So Milan is Jamaican, of Jamaican American descent. Her husband is British, so their children are Jamaican, British, and American. She has her own successful business called Mina Row, which is a maternity line that people like Beyonce and other celebrities have wore. So she is doing the damn thing on her own outside of what her husband has going on. And I must say, Milan's glow up. She was already pretty back then, but she is stunningly gorgeous today. day. Love seeing her back on reality TV. Next up, we have Black Caroline, but everybody calls her Brooks because that's her last name. So we're going to call her Brooks throughout this series. So Brooks is from Boston, and she has been in Dubai for 12 years. She's divorced. Her husband's name was Zoran. He looks like he might have been of some type of Indian ethnicity or something like that. They have a son named Adam. She says she left her marriage because, you know, basically she wasn't happy, so she left with nothing. But she got into real estate, and now she's about to open up a spa. And, you know, she got a slick mouth. She had a lot to say. Her and Chanel right about now, or Ayan, are not getting along. They have a very on and off friendship. She knows how to read very much. Her and Ayan and their reads was giving me life all this first episode. And to me, Brooks looks a lot like Amina Butterfly from Love and Hip Hop. It's something about her lips and her face that reminds me of Amina Butterfly. Let me know if y'all see it too, because she looks a lot like her. Now, mind you, in this episode, she was talking a lot about Ayan's wigs and stuff, but I'm looking like, girl, your wigs ain't looking no better than hers. Why you trying to read Ayan on her fucking wigs, bitch? Both of y'all hoes need to be going to whoever do Milan's wigs, because she was slaying the fuck out of both of y'all. Lisa and Ayan then meet up at the Dior restaurant, honey. Yes, ma'am. For a little quick kiki. They are besties. They have been good Judies for 6 years, and both of them came in slaying the game. I loved Milan's blue, cobalt blue, like silk top with her little green skirt and her Bottega pumps. I think those were Bottega if I'm not mistaken. And then Chanel came in, looked like she had on a Chanel gold outfit. I mean, they both were serving fashion, and I was like, I just love seeing Black women celebrate living a luxurious lifestyle and just slaying the gods and just being carefree, rich ass bitches and unapologetic about it. Yes, ma'am. So they sit down, and Ayan was like, you know, are you going to go to Hermes with me? And Milan was like, I can't go. And she was like, wow, like we've had this plans for weeks. And Milan was like, because that's the day of Caroline's bachelorette party. And Ayan was like, really, bitch, you gonna go with her over going with me, and we've had these planned for weeks. And Milan was like, well, you know, you only get married once. Twice. And so Chanel make a slick ass comment on, girl, we all know that that's a contract wedding. So the producers asked both of them in their confessionals what they think about Caroline and Sergio. And Chanel was pretty much like, child, like I don't bit most see no chemistry between them two. It seems very much forced. And Lisa was just like, no comment. I'm like, so y'all peeping the same shit that I'm peeping, that this shit just ain't coagulating at all. So Ayan and Caroline don't get along. And I was like, ooh, child, I'm loving this already. So Chanel wasn't invited to Caroline's bachelorette party. Mind you, they don't really know each other like that, so I wouldn't even be tripping off the fact that I didn't get no invite. But apparently it was more to it than that. So Ayan was like, you know, Caroline, when she met her, you know, she was real nice to Lisa. She was real nice to Brooks and everybody else. But with her, she didn't really try to, you know, get to know her. She was like real standoffish, didn't really speak to her. So I'm like, was it giving jealous? Was it intimidation? Like, what was Caroline's problem that she just ignored Ayan? And I myself, back in my younger years, have been in that position where somebody will be friends with everybody else in a clique, but they don't really say shit to me. And it's just like, well, what the fuck I do to you? I don't even know you. So I understood where Ayan was coming from with that. So as they're sitting there talking, Brooks comes up in conversation, and Milan makes some comment about how Brooks just running behind anybody, talking about Caroline. And then guess who calls? Brooks calls Milan's phone, and she answered. Brooke asks Milan what she's going to wear to the bachelorette party. And Milan was like, I'm just going to wear something simple because I'm not trying to upstage her. And I was like, damn, bitch. say how you really feel. But I mean, Milan is gorgeous. She's one of the pretty girls on this show. I mean, all of them are stunningly gorgeous, though. You can't really hate on any of them. So Brooks was like, "Ooh, girl, did you hear that, Ayan wasn't invited," not knowing that she on speakerphone and that Ayan is sitting right there. And so Lisa was like, "No, I didn't know, but I'll talk to her about it or whatever." And Ayan like, "What the fuck you mean you gonna talk to me about it? I'm sitting right here. Just hang the fuck up. Get off the phone." Now, I didn't like that fake ass shit with Milan. Like, she should have said, "Oh, girl, I'm sitting right here with her right now," or whatever. Like, I ain't like that. That was a bit fake to me and childish. Like, just say what it is. And especially if Chanel is your bestie, you know what I'm saying? Just say what it is right then and there. Now, what I did find out in this episode is that Milan is cool with both of them, but she's more cooler with Ayan. And with that being said, then you should have let her know, she's sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? So she ends the phone call with Brooks, and Chanel was like, "Girl, like, basically, fuck them hoes." And she told me it's always tit for toot. The language barrier fucked her up. And so Milan was like, "Girl, it's tit for tat." She was like, "Whatever." I love Ayan. Just love her accent. Everything about her is just fabulous. So then it's Caroline's hen party on the yacht. Everyone is there except for Ayan and the other cast member, Sara. Everybody shows up in all black. Caroline and her fiance Sergio are in white. Once again, I'm trying to figure out why in the hell is Sergio there with a bunch of women. But okay, girl, I see you. So, Caroline goes on to tell some of the guests that Sergio didn't even want no bachelor party. He didn't want what they call a stag party. And I was like, I know he didn't, because he want to come play all the bachelorette games. He want the bridal bouquet. He want the dress and everything else. So Milan and Brooks arrive at the same time. Brooks having problems with her dress, and the people that run the boat tell them they got to take off their shoes. And Brooks was like, I mean, we ain't got no attendees. Like, how much money was spent on this? Like, she was giving me very much bougie. So they get on the boat with everybody else, and at one point, Sergio whispering in Caroline's ear, "You're the love of my life." And I'm like, see, shit like that, it's just felt so forced and like gimmicky, and like he running game on her. And she even admitted that when she met him, she felt like she was going through a midlife crisis. And I was like, I agree, because the blinders are off. He likes penis. You like penis, ma'am. Y'all both can be juggling balls together. So Nina says that she wishes Ayan was there, and Brooks was like, "No, I don't." She says that Ayan had recently not called her in like about a month and had iced her out. So in her confessional, Brooks gonna say, generally Ayan, she'll enter a room, the garment comes in first, the feathers are already flying in your mouth, and then her wig trails long after her. It's always shifted at least 3 inches back off her forehead. Child, I was in her cracking up, because I was like, why did she just read this girl for filth like that? But I'm like, once again, girl, your hair don't look that much better. So I then learned that, alcohol is restricted over in Dubai. They serve it at restaurants and things of that nature, but you can't like go to a convenience store and buy it, and you're not supposed to have it on, yachts and boats like that, but they did anyway, even though it's illegal. So, they've been under heavy scrutiny over this show. So I wonder, will they get like fined or anything for drinking in areas where they're not supposed to be drinking after, the government over there, whatever, sees what's going on this show? Ooh, I hope not. So then we're introduced to the last cast member, who is named Sara. She is so freaking beautiful. I loved everything about her physically, her lips, her skin tone. She was just stunning. Her nose ring, so pretty. So she, even though she is very traditional when it comes to the Islamic faith, she says that she is also a rebel. She's a modern Muslim. She has been divorced twice. Her first marriage resulted in her son, and she says that being a single mom in Dubai is slowly being accepted over there. I just like her whole vibe so far. I just really like her a lot. And like I said, she's just so pretty. So Nina decided to have a rooftop dinner and invite all of the ladies. And she's very much into crystals and sage. So she has crystals all on the table and sage and everything. And the ladies arrive and everybody looks beautiful. But let me tell you something. Lesa Milan came and slayed the girls in her white dress and her beautiful 90s updo and her beautiful diamonds. I mean, she just looked so stinking pretty. I also very much appreciated Caroline's little orange cutout dress. She looked really, really nice. Really wasn't feeling Brooke's wig. It was giving me she did it herself. Because I was like, if she paid to get that done, then you need your money back, ma'am. So, Brooks also feels some type of way because it was supposed to be a dress code of wearing pastels, but didn't nobody follow it except for her. So she pissed off because her outfit is giving me, Office Max, and everybody else look like they're going to Cannes Film Festival. So Ayan arrives in a beaded gown, strutting, honey. And, she speaks to the hostess, Nina, and Caroline is sitting right there. So she give her a little quick hug, like, hi, girl. And so she was like, hi, Stanbury. And Caroline was like, no, it's Caroline. And she was like, Caroline, Stanbury, all the same. Okay. And Caroline was like, no, it's not the same. Stanbury is my married name. Caroline is my first name. And I was like, here we go. Here the fuck we go. So Ayan was like, everybody looks so pretty. I look pretty. I looked in the mirror and I was in love with myself today. And Brooks and Caroline was looking like, bitch, if you don't sit the fuck down. But I was here for fucking Ayan. Yes, bitch, you better strut. So Brooks then mentions Caroline's hen party. And so everybody at the table is talking about the event and how fun it was. And Ayan's sitting there like, the fuck? Like, of course she wasn't there, so she can't contribute to the conversation. And everybody keep on going on and on and on about how much fun it was and everything that happens. And so she was like, can we change the subject and talk about something else? Because I wasn't even there, so the fuck? And I agree, like, okay, for a minute, cool. But to keep on going on and on about it, that is very rude considering that the girl wasn't invited. And this is why Ayan was giving me very much Nene Leakes season 1 with, Sheree ousting Nene from her party. So, her and Caroline get to going back and forth, and Caroline was like, I cannot bear this woman. Ayan says, girl, don't be full of yourself. And so then Sara jumps in and was like, well, she just probably wanted to invite the closest people around her because she wasn't I don't know if she wasn't invited, but she wasn't there. So Ayan was like, that's fine. I don't really care about that. But if I wasn't there, I don't give a shit. I don't want to know. Was like, God damn, Ayan. And so Caroline sitting there pissed the fuck off. So Sara was like, it's another woman's happy day. And Ayan was like, we all have happy days every day. So Brooks then brings it up again, trying to, really put the dagger in Ayan or whatever. And she's gushing over how much fun it was. And Caroline is just grinning and stuff. And Ayan called her out and was like, Brooks, you're bullshitting so much. Like, girl, bye. And I love that she called her the fuck out. So Lisa was like, well, friend, I missed you. And she was like, thanks, girl. I missed you too. So Ayan then picks up her champagne glass and decides to do a toast. And, to Nina. So Nina like, oh, okay. Like, oh, yeah. This girl then says, Brooks, I want to say da-da-da-da. And so everybody was like, bitch, I thought you was about to do a fucking toast. She was like, yeah, toast to you, Nina. But Brooks, you called me at like 7 o'clock in the morning telling me that Caroline only invited important people to her party and that she said I wasn't important. And so Brooks was like, girl, I said that as a joke. I never said that Caroline said that. She was like, no, you told me that she said that. So they arguing back and forth. Ayan calls Brooks jealous, and Brooks was like, jealous of you with your stiff wig. I was like, girl, what? Why do you keep on going in on this lady wig when you got on look like one of Ashanti old wigs from 2006? So Ayan was like, look at your face and look at mine, bitch. And I was like, girl, come on. They was tearing each other up. So Nina then shut it all down. She was like, y'all not about to do this shit at my goddamn event, being fucking ghetto as hell and arguing and cackling back and forth. Sarah told them, you know, there's a pleasant way to argue with class. And girl, shut up, Sarah. Like, I like you, but girl, don't nobody fight pleasantly. Shut up. So, they then asked Caroline, did she say that? And she was like, no, I didn't say that. Brooks was like, she didn't say it. I said it. And so Caroline was like, but I feel that way now. And Ayan cut her eyes at her like, oh, really, bitch? That's how you feel now? Like, I'm not important? Like, oh, okay, girl. And then the episode went off. I was like, child, I am here for the girls in Dubai. I give the series premiere of Real Housewives of Dubai an A+. Loved everything about it. We'll be watching it again. I love the glitz, the glamour of it all, seeing this country that I've never been to but want to go to, seeing women of color be rich and fabulous and educated and own who they are, their bodies, their sexuality, their, you know, free thinkers and bosses. I just love to see it. I love to see a multicultural cast with only one white person. Like, I'm just loving everything about this show. Great premiere. Bravo did the damn thing. I want to see this type of flavor in the other Real Housewives franchises, like moving forward, especially since they're about to revamp New York. I want to see this type of flavor in New York. I want to see this type of flavor in some of the other cities like Atlanta. Like, I would love to see a more multicultural castings. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I love Dubai. Get into it. Let me know down below in the comments section what you felt about tonight's episode. Who was your faves? My fave, of course, was Ayan. I feel like Ayan owned this episode. She was the breakout star to me. Behind her, I would say it would be Brooks, then Caroline, then I say it's a tie between Milan and Nina, and then Sarah, because Sarah wasn't really featured like that in this episode. But Ayan, she's that girl. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.